Hello, and welcome. Thanks for popping in. I see you already, Sabrina. Good to know. I am indeed going to be doing a Nuzlocke here. I kind of decided on it last second, and we'll see if we can get to Brock. And if we can, we'll see how I'm feeling about maybe trying some Fallout, but we will see what ends up happening here. I am also eating dinner at the same time, so I apologize in advance if you hear munching. But, regardless. Oh boy. Now I will say I am playing this on the Switch. I appreciate that for this being the first remake of Gen 1, they did this. In the world in which you are about to enter, you will embark on a grand adventure where you are the hero. Speak to people, check things wherever you go, be it towns, roads, or caves, gather information and hints from every source. Helping people in need, overcoming challenges, and solving mysteries. At times you'll be challenged by others and attacked by wild creatures. Be brave and keep pushing on. That you will interact with through your adventure, we hope that you will interact with all sorts of people and achieve personal growth. That is our biggest objective. Preach. Hamburger. In the words of Hannibal Buress, well, he said that's a man, but sure. Alrighty. Just out of curiosity, I'm guessing they probably put a profanity filter in this. Nah. Well. Nurgle. Moist. Nah, I'm thinking. You know, I'm trying to think of like the most douchebaggy. Wait. Not Fury Hater. Come on, no. This is his grandpa trying to remember his name, not his gamer tag. Monster drinking, wall punching Kyle. Snapback wearing, gym rat lunking Kyle. No relation to South Park. Hmm. 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 Oh, right. Change that. Change that. There we go. A post-it notice in my bedroom. Mother. Yeah, sure, kid. Right, I forgot. You have to go up first. Hmm. Now, I will say two things. First, in the past, I have attempted to do a playthrough or two of Pokemon on my channel. Hello, Kezi. Welcome to the stream. Now, I will say, many years ago, like I'm talking like 4 or 5 years ago at this point, I attempted to do a playthrough, and I legitimately recorded 3DS gameplay on my phone camera to try to turn it into a playthrough, and it didn't go well. It was not good. It was not fun. It was not, yeah, I was not as well versed in technology or as experienced as I am now. I've not really played Pokemon much on my channel before. I love it a lot. The only other thing that I played through was Legends ZA, and that was because, like, that was a big thing, huge thing, but I didn't play through a lot of it. I didn't play through the entire thing on stream, sadly. I kind of fell off after a certain point. Hopefully this is something that I can use to keep myself engaged. Maybe stream on Mondays instead of Fridays moving forward. We will see. But thank you for popping in. Let's see here what we've got. I always, like, 9 times out of 10, I go with Grass Starter. I'm a Bulbasaur fan. I'm a Trico fan. Turtwig was my first ever Pokemon. Snivy, Rowlet, Chespin, yes. The only and Gatito. I will say this. There are 2 regions that I have not chosen the Grass Starter in. The first is Generation 2, because I don't care that Chikorita is cute. It's bad, and I don't like the way it looks. And second, I am not the biggest fan of monkeys or apes in terms of just overall. And so Grookey, it makes sense, right? I get it, but like, I just couldn't. I could not in good conscience choose the monkey grass type. So I went with Typhlosion, Fire Starter for Gen 2, and I would go with Sobble water type in Gen 8. But here I got Leafgreen for a reason. We go in Bulb. No. Oh, it's girl! It's a girl! I got the fucking 12.5% chance. Hooray! I have an idea. Well, actually, no, that would be a better, that would be a name better suited for a Vileplume, now that I think about it. Thinking. Well, alright, Sabrina, you've been the only one consistent in chat so far. Chat, do I name it Tulip? Or do I name it Poppy? It is a girl. I want to name her after a flower because it's cute and I'm sappy like that, no pun intended. But I see you, Kezi. I like Blossom a lot as well, but I was thinking like a specific flower. So I was thinking like either Tulip or something else that comes from like yeah, I think I might just go with Tulip. Because they come from bulbs, and I don't think that poppies do. Poppies come from seeds. And it's a Bulbasaur, so it would make sense. Tulip. Yay. Alrighty. If I lose the very first battle, does that count? Because it is possible to lose this battle. Alright. Don't get a crit. Alright. The one potion. Oh, you know what? You're right. Kezi, I remember that rule. I do remember that rule about you get given Pokeballs in most old games, and that's when the Nuzlocke starts. Even still, I'm not gonna lose this first fight. Come on. Hooray! Get out of here, loser. I'm off to see your sister, bitch. She likes me better than you, bitch. Okay. This guy gives potion. Yep. Oh god, I'm getting attacked by a bird. It's really funny you say that, Kezi, because Squirtle's my second go-to when Bulbasaur is taken or not available. I will say, Charizard, I felt, even so far back as like Gen 4, I felt that Charizard was overrated and like stereotypical, so I didn't really like it. And then when I saw that they pivoted to giving it 2 Mega Evolutions in X and Y originally, I was like, oh brother. But I can't catch it yet. I don't have any balls. I do not have any balls. And also I need to remember to not use my L and R buttons ever. That help system is gonna get annoying. But yeah, I can't catch anything until after I get to Viridian. Excuse me. Hmm. Let me just see something here. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. I was just checking something really quickly on my stream. I was wondering why I didn't get a notification or a pop-up that the sub had been gifted there, Kezi. I wasn't sure how that was purported, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Let's see here. Huh. Either way. Well, I think I got my multi-stream set up now. That's neat. Because now both my Twitch and my YouTube are going to be, I think, are coming through here, unless... Sabrina, can you say something again, please? Anyway. Let's see. Let's see here. Hang on a second here. Am I live twice on my same stream? On my channel, am I live twice? What the fuck? How Huh. Something isn't right here. Okay. Hi, yeah. Hi, Kezi. I see you on YouTube now. Are there 2 YouTube streams currently live of me? Am I live streaming twice on the same channel? That's weird. That's very strange. I think I'm going to end this here. And then I should still be streaming technically, right? So after a refresh, I don't think I am still... I think there's only one now. Right? I think I solved the problem. Very strange. No, I think I know what happened. Because I set up my stream information on the YouTube site to begin with, but I also have my streaming software set up with a YouTube stream key. So what happened was if I hit go live in my streaming software and I hit go live on YouTube directly, that's not the same stream. It's 2 different streams. So what I did is I went and canceled the one that I had running through YouTube's site. And now I'm running it solely through OBS, and I think this is the OBS stream that's left. So hopefully everything will be funneled now, and I'm not farming for views. And also, if you were on Twitch, I appreciate it. Please, the more concurrent viewers that I can get on Twitch at any given point, the sooner that I can get labeled as affiliate and might be able to start actually making some money that I could really desperately use right now because I'm in kind of a really bad situation. Oh, thank you, Kezi. You're so kind. Anyway. I've never been a huge fan of Kanto, I must say. Being the first gen and being as, you know, nostalgic, I guess you could call it as it is. That it lends it a lot to overexposure and overuse. And over-reliance on it as the first, you know? There's only 1, maybe 2 regions that I like less. But I still like it for what it's worth. Anyways, I also hope that, well, okay, so here's the thing, Kezi. I would be very happy if they just skipped it, because they did Red and Blue and original Gold, Silver, and Crystal on 3DS. So that lends me to believe that they're not going to... I mean, I guess it would make sense because they did technically do Red and Blue on the Game Boy emulator on here, I think, right? Probably. Maybe. I'm not sure. What I am confused about, I will say, is that me and my partner, we were watching the Presents earlier today, and we had a moment where we were like, wait, they're releasing Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness onto the GameCube emulator without first releasing Coliseum onto it, which is like the game that comes first. So it's like, what are they thinking? What's their thought process here? Did they just forget the Coliseum comes first, or that it exists at all? Did they think they already put it on there? I don't know. What a bitch. Bum ba ba bum. Ba 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 ba. Well, what do you know? I didn't run into anything. I agree. I concur with that, Kezi. I think it... I get that they had to stay current with the system and everything, and that makes it difficult to do that, but I hear where you're coming from for sure. I will also say, you know, the only argument I have against that is that they have to make it so that any Pokemon game can be your first. So I understand where they're coming from, kinda, but I agree to some extent. Forgive me, I'm finishing the last bites of my dinner. Ow. I know, but what that means is that all of them have to have a tutorial. And a lot of them, in the later gens, especially like with the... Right! And that's what I'm saying. It is always the same. And that's a good thing. Anyway. I probably should catch something on the first route. I see you there, Sabrina. Bug dance, bug dance. Is that a grasshopper and a mosquito emoji? Hooray. Well, Ratatat, Raticate, Ratigan. I have never seen The Great Mouse Detective, ever. I just know that's the villain's name. I know it's a good movie, I've just never seen it. Uh-oh. Get me out of here! Heal! Heal! God! Yes, please! I will say, I do have kind of a team in mind that I want to make, and it's not even really competitively viable. It's just some of my favorites. Like, I really want Nidoking. Like, really want Nidoking. I will probably make good use of Lapras on my team when I have it. Or when I find it. Another one. Alright. Well, so here's the thing, right? I know that, but what I mean by competitively viable in a singular sense is this is a Nuzlocke, so I'm going to try to not let anything die. And I have to make it so that they are mons that, you know, that I like, but can still survive and not, you know, get easily killed. Like, for example, I love Porygon. I really like Porygon a lot. But Porygon in this game is not going to survive. I know that I want Nidoking. I was thinking about Hypno. I was thinking about, probably, like, I'm still trying to debate about which fossil I want, because I know I want either Omastar or Kabutops, but I'm trying to think of which one probably Kabutops. Yeah. Either way. Bird. Girl bird. No. What if I just called it Pidge? Like, it's just Pidge, for short. No EXP share in this gen. We going hardball. Now, if I recall correctly, I am pretty sure that Caterpie to Butterfree is a Fire Red exclusive, and Weedle to Beedrill is a Leaf Green exclusive. Fire Red has Weedle? Ah, dang it. I want to go that way and fight him at some point. I know I can. I just want to make sure that, like, I'm probably going to switch train these guys first. Some other things from the presents today. I am very excited for Pokemon Champions. I know that it's basically going to be a glorified version of Showdown, but honestly, the community has needed something like this on an official standard for a while, and I'm glad that they're finally getting it. Especially that I also heard that they're confident enough in it that they're going to be holding this year's World Championships in that game. So I'm really excited for that. I saw that. I noticed something peculiar where, when they were showing that this game here and the Fire Red version had home compatibility, they said instead of depositing and withdrawing Pokemon from home into Champions, Champions would link to your home. And what I'm taking this to mean is that that it's just going to have access to your entire Pokemon home at any given time, and whatever is in there is what you can use in it, right? Which is probably why it's like on mobile devices, you can, because home also has an app, you know, that you can download. So that's something too. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game, because there are Pokemon in my home that... Yeah, so I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this, Kezi, but there's something called Pokemon Showdown. Pokemon Showdown is an online browser-based battle simulator that has been around since like 2007-ish. And for the longest time, it's been where people play Pokemon competitively on like a singles basis. Because officially, Pokemon's competitive format is doubles. And singles has not really had a lot of attention, officially. And a lot of people, when they play their games, you know, like the mainline series games, not a lot of people really do the ranked versions or even like the battle events or whatever that take place in them. Like I could probably count on my hands how many times I've entered like an online competition or like got past rating 1500 or 1600 in ranked, you know? So Champions is gonna be basically full-on competitive only battle. So if you ever played like Pokemon Battle Revolution on the Wii, or if you ever played like Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon Stadium, this is gonna be their version of that, but like for a good long while, because it's compatible with Pokemon Home, right? So I'm really looking forward to that, because basically you can use almost any Pokemon that you've gotten up until that point, but you can also use Pokemon that they give you in game basically for free, or that you can, or some of them that you can earn, right? So there's a lot that we still don't know about this game. I will also mention that, like, they didn't even... There's apparently human characters for this game that are like the Coliseum owners or some shit, or the proprietors of this island that Champions take place on, and they didn't even show them in the trailer at all. They had some real people that were dressed to look like two of them, but only two of them. And but yeah, it's basically going to just be battles for Champions and maybe some other gameplay, but I'm still very excited for it. Anyway, I don't know if they'll actually have rewards. I'll be honest. There might be something, you know what they might do? They might have it so like, okay, so Kezi, do you know what happens to Pokemon that have contest ribbons when they are put into Pokemon Home? Or any other kind of ribbon for that matter? Okay, if you take a Pokemon from, like, original Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, or original Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum that have contest ribbons or other types of ribbons, and you put them into Pokemon Home, they become titles instead. So, if you are familiar with, like, Gen 8 introducing titles that you can have your Pokemon have, where it's like, Lucario the Brave, or Hippowdon the Gourmet when you cook with them a lot, or Frostlass the Snow Lover, or something like that. They will have titles that were based off of the ribbons that you give them. So what I'm thinking that they're going to do with Champions and what they have in there to kind of like carry over into other games is that if your Pokemon does well in Champions or wins something that would be akin to a ribbon, it would give them a title that you could see in other games like Scarlet and Violet or Sword and Shield or something like that. It would be really cool. I will also say, so, in Soul Silver and Heart Gold, that would be very cute. I think that would be epic. I know that I did see something, I will say. One thing that I noticed, I think, I can't confirm nor deny this, so please take this with a grain of salt. But one thing that I thought I noticed during the trailer for Champions was that you could have customizable battle layouts. So like where your health and where your enemy's health is shown and their status conditions and everything, it looked like one player's was one color and like one shape, and then another player's was something completely different for both players. So that might be cool to have like a different battle layout or a different stadium that shows where you're battling in. This is also going to be the first time that Pokemon is cross-platformed with mobile. So like you'll be able to battle people on phones while you're using your Switch and vice versa. This is something that people have needed to get into Pokemon for so long, and I'm so hyped for it. Because I can finally get people who don't have a Switch to play Pokemon. And I mean real Pokemon, not Pokemon Go. Also, shout out to Go Ichinose. I know that Junichi Masuda made the music for the first games, But from like Gen 3 onward, Go Ichinose has been the person making the music, and she has done a phenomenal job. Fantastic. Oh, Kezi, by the way, if you're... Kezi, if you're not familiar, have you checked out Pokemon Unite? Okay, cool. So that, I was going to say, that's probably where you got your costume idea from. I used to main Garchomp in Unite. I haven't played it in a very long time, and I wish I had the motivation to play it more because I was a damn good Garchomp main. Ah, well. In fact, now that I think about it, I could just show you. Funnily enough, since I'm just, you know, since it's on my mind, I could show you one of my Garchomp plays. Oh, you can filter by game! Oh, thank God. Okay, cool. Yeah, watch this. This may not be the right one. It might be the other one. Nope. So that was one of them, and then the other clip was this one, I think. Yeah, this is the one. This is the clip. I know it's slow goings, but just watch this. Shut up. I see you, Sabrina. But yeah, no, I just soloed 3 of them. I just soloed 3 of the enemies. Anyway. But yes. I wish I could play it. I wish I had the drive to play it more. But at the end of the day, it's a bit too fast-paced for me, I think. Lucky you! If I remember correctly, now that I think about it, isn't Nidoran's gender appearance rate also version dependent? So like, isn't male Nidoran more easy to find in Leaf Green and female Nidoran is easier to find in Fire Red, but they both show up? Nice. I'm just trying to make sure that shit's leveled up, and this might take a little bit. I will say, one of the things I wanted to mention earlier, when you beat Red, when you beat this character that I'm playing as right now, in Sword and not Sword and Shield, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, when you beat Red, your Pokemon in your party, when you do, get a ribbon that's called the Legend Ribbon. It's shaped like a Pokeball, but it's golden with a red little ribbon trim on the bottom. Now, I've only had... There's only one Pokemon that survived a very large accidental purge of mine that happened back in 2015. My very first Platinum version, Pokemon Platinum was like my second Pokemon game ever, right behind Pearl, right? And I fell in love with Platinum immediately because it was basically better Pearl. But my ID number, the trainer ID number for my Platinum game was 44747. And I remember that to this day, and not only because it was close to my zip code, not only because it was a very alliterative number, but also because there's only one Pokemon that I still have that has that ID number. Back in 2015, I tried to do a system transfer from my 3DS to my new 3DS, in quotation marks. And when I did this, I had a Pokemon Omega Ruby version that was saved to my system, not on a game card. And I didn't realize that it would not transfer the saved data from the game over along with the data that I had bought the game to the system. Until halfway through the system transfer was going on. So the only Pokemon that survived the system transfer were Pokemon that were in Pokemon Bank when it happened. There is like a handful of Pokemon that survived that, and only one of them that really matters. And that's my that was my Turtwig that I had from Platinum. Of course it was a Torterra now, but like, you get the idea. It was a Pokemon that was very close to me that I had had for a very long time. It was one of my first ever. And the thing that I rediscovered it after transferring it to Pokemon Home. And I wanted to see what they had done to some of the ribbons from some of the Pokemon that I had transferred after the home moving, right? And I saw what they did, because this is the only Pokemon that I still had that has the legend ribbon, right? That had the ribbon for beating Red. And I saw the title that it gave my Torterra, who survived this, calamity, this catastrophe, I guess you could call it. And it called him Torterra the Living Legend. And I wanted to cry. That shit felt like an arrow through the heart, man. And he's still a living legend to me. I still have that Torterra. And because that Torterra's in home, I can use it when it battles in Champions. And he can finally be the living legend that he was really meant to be. Ah! Anyway. Listen. I made my stance on primates earlier, Kezi, but if you weren't here, I'm not a fan of apes or monkeys or anything that's like uncannily human. So I'm not a fan of Infernape. I've never been a Chimchar fan at all, really. Piplup to Empoleon, beautiful. No notes. Lovely type combination. Fantastic design. Infernape is just Sun Wukong. Turtwig becoming the Continent Turtle was really awesome to me back in the day. And when I was like a 7 or 8 year old kid when those came out, I was really into the idea of like draining life force. So stuff like Leech Seed and Giga Drain, which I called Giga Drain back then. Oh god. I used to pronounce Reggie Gigas Reggie Gigas. I don't know, man. Turtwig was just a legend, yay. Yeah. Tulip, you can't be missing, babe. What are you doing? Oh, hey! The notif works. I got that. I got the notification. Kezi, thank you for the follow. Let's go. After this battle, I am going to use the restroom. But I will return. Alright, I will be right back. Yes, it is. Thank you. I knew there was something that I was trying to figure out. I was like, there's something wrong here. I'm forgetting something. Yes, my mic was muted. Am I back here? Can I get some... can I get some notification to say I'm back? Am I? Can I be heard now? Am I audible? Hello? So here's the thing, Kezi. They already tried it. It's called Pokemon Dash, and the way that they made the game was pretty bad. Do I think that a Pokemon racing game could work? If done right? Yes. I do not think that a kart game would work for Pokemon unless you had the trainers being the drivers and then throwing their Pokemon out as items that you could use repeatedly. That could be a really neat thing. To have Pokemon trainers be the drivers of the carts and to have them throw their Pokemon out as like preset reusable items instead of running into items on the course. I do like that idea. But the Pokemon themselves, they would have to be like running at like a horse race or like a dog race or something like they were in Pokemon Dash. But the thing is with that, the control scheme and the camera would have to be vastly different than what it was for that game. Because it was a top-down game on the DS and it was bad. Now, do I think that they're ever going to do something like that? In either case, no. It would be awesome if they did give it a chance, but I don't think that that's something that they're ever going to do. Right, but like, the thing is that I think it would be even cooler if instead of them being randomized like Mario items that you get from cubes, I think it would be even cooler if like the character that you chose that was driving the cart had a preset Pokemon team that you always had, right? So it wasn't randomized and it was more strategic. I think that would be cool. So like, for example, if I choose Cynthia as a driver, she has 6 Pokemon. Those being Garchomp, Togekiss, Roserade, Milotic, Spiritomb, and Lucario. She can choose from any of those 6 to use at any given point in time, albeit with a cooldown maybe. And while she's driving, she throws out the Mons, they run beside her cart until they use their effect or whatever, and then they go back into their ball. I think that would be cool. And then after their cooldown, she can use them again. That way you don't even have to worry about item boxes. Oh, fuck. Shit. Kill it. That'll do. I think I'm going to go until the Bulbasaur gets to level 10, and then I'll proceed. No, what I really want, though, is something akin to, like, a Pokemon, like, Yakuza or a Pokemon Mafia game. I want a Pokemon game where you are the antagonist. Or at least a Pokemon game that lets you be the antagonist, you know? Because I can guarantee you, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who, in this game specifically, when offered to join Team Rocket, would have said yes without a second thought. And still would have to this day. Heck, some people would argue that some Pokemon team leaders were on the right track and just took things too far. Hell, that's kind of what they established that Lysander did in Legends ZA. Every time it does that little pause, I always think that it's like the opposing's busy and evaded the attack, and because like back in these games there was always like a noticeable pause in the dialogue when your Pokemon missed its move, and every time I see that pause, it's like, oh fuck, did I miss? What are the chances I get a shiny while grinding in this game? Probably very slim. God, shiny Nidoking is so fucking cool. I wish shiny Garchomp was better. Shiny Garchomp is like on par with shiny Gengar for like least noticeable difference in a shiny Pokemon, period. And the Mega being pink is not an improvement. Because the Mega was already ugly to begin with, and turning it that shade of magenta just made it worse. At least in my opinion. rat on rat violence. Bro whips his tail back and forth. Why did I say that like that? Knowing my luck, after 3 tail whips, it's gonna go for a tackle, so... Does it know anything besides tail whip at this point, though, actually, now that I think about it? It does. Yep. Cool. I want you guys to know that that Route 1 song has been caught in my head subconsciously, just under the surface ever since I heard it. Like, to the point where one time I got it mixed up with an ice cream truck song. Like, I swear to God, at one point I could have sworn when I was a kid that my local ice cream truck was playing this fucking Route 1 music. And I don't know, I can't explain it. I'm gonna make a small adjustment here and see if this helps at all with my audio quality. Okay. Now my mic's a lot closer to my mouth. Hopefully not too close. Can I get an audio check from chat, please? Is this decent? Is this a good... Is it too loud now? Go. Let's hope that this is not too close or too loud, and that things can work out here. But, anyway. Okay. It doesn't look like it's too loud, but if I hear something, I will turn it down. So let me know. There it is. Okay. My drink. Ah. Okay. All right. I'm just making some changes here. I appreciate y'all staying with me through the grinding. Where did it go? I had a good image to use as a thumbnail for this stream, and I accidentally put it on the stream that I deleted earlier. And now I'm trying to put the thumbnail on this version of the stream, and I can't find it. Where did it go? 1 second. I appreciate your patience. Alright, well. I'm about to give up looking for the image that I had. Shoot. Alright, well. I cannot find it. So, instead, regrettably, I will have to use something else. Oh well. Jeez. There it is. Okay. Alright. So I just saved some updates on my stream. Hopefully they will come through. And... okay. Okay. Now, anyway, Get me out of here. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're getting you healed up, buddy. Okay. Like I said, I want to get my Bulbasaur to maybe level 10 and then start moving on, and we can start proceeding from there. I feel like that's a good starting point and a good big red button to have. As like, as what I like to call it, having a big red button. Something you can slam in case things go haywire. Alright. Alright. Not ideal. I am very grateful to Pokemon, I must say, for not making accuracy and evasion stats separate stats that can increase with level up. Can you imagine if people had to spec into accuracy and evasion? Goodness gracious. Nice. This is how we used to XP train back in the old days. Back then, the EXP share was an item you had to equip, and you only got one of it per game. Unless you cheated. Yes, I'm doing this. I'm sorry. It's what must be done. Let's see if I can find that Nidoran male. Please don't be here, right? You're up there, yes? Yes. Okay, cool. Nope, not yet. Sure looks like a male Nidoran, but it's not. You gotta be kidding me, Smalls. Get up on out of here. There was one time, you know, I remember back in high school when I first started going, I was a freshman, maybe a sophomore. There were people that would play Pokemon Black and White and Black 2 and White 2. And the people were hacking into it. And played shit with like DS action replays and other illegitimate means of like hacking Pokemon and whatnot. And so I remember very clearly one smartass thought that he could win by having a shiny level 100 Spiritomb that had Wonder Guard. And funny thing about that is, and leftovers of course, but like funny thing about that is that toxic damage gets stronger every turn. So no matter how many times you use Pain Split, no matter how many leftovers, like, turns of recovery you get, you will die. And I remember watching him struggle so bad to try to survive and just waste my time, and I'm just sitting back like, uh-huh. Yeah. Sure, bud. And of course, that was back when Toxic still had, like, a very wide distribution, so I just had it on, like, my Ferrothorn. Come on, give me Nidoran. Mankey was not on my list, but fine, I guess I'll take it. Well, shit. I'll try one more ball on it, and if it doesn't stay, it's not worth it. I'm, like I said, not a big fan of monkeys. Surely you'll stay in there now, right? Thought so. She's probably got a lot of this. And I'm actually surprised that it fits. Ha! I don't want to have to loop back around and come back for a Nidoran male, so I'm going to also try to get that while I'm here. And if I get a Nidoran female too, so be it. I'm also trying to postpone the TGTV bullshit for as long as I can. Oh, Spearow. Ah, that's not good. Bird on bird action. Oh, no! Uh-oh, that might kill it. Yep, there it goes. Well, shit. I keep forgetting to switch out. I need to... Okay, hang on. Before I can do that... Nidoran. Now! No! Oh my god! Why? Come on, man. I am not amused. I had to buy more balls anyway, I guess. Not that I really have the money to at the moment because I haven't fought any trainers, but whatever. Okay. Just bumping the signal posts, that's all. Did I actually heal my mons? I did. Okay, thank God. I wish the only reason I really wish I had a Switch 2 is for Pokopia. I'm honest to God, as soon as they showed that it's basically, as soon as they showed that you also have the ability to transform into objects, I knew it was gonna be a good game. They knew what they were doing. They put prop hunt in Pokemon. And I saw 4 YouTubers who I never see them talk about Pokemon except for cards, right? I've never seen them play a Pokemon game ever. But they reacted to the presents today, and they saw Pokopia and they recognized prop hunt in they saw the prop hunt like vision in Pokopia, and they're like, well, maybe we should give that a try. And you could do these things independently, so I'm hoping that they give it a shot and I can watch them play it, since I probably won't be able to play it myself. Please. Nidoran, where are you? Nidoran. Yes. Fug. Thank you. You are correct in doing so. I'm going to, hang on, delete that post, and then I'm going to edit this post. I'm going to delete that. My partner has just informed me that the post that has things going live is not actual. Why would it not embed? What if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? Ah. Yes. There we are. So save that, and then refresh it, and then reblog it again. Wizard, I feel the same way, Wizard. My partner, who is right here with me, is a big Animal Crossing fan, and I have it, and I have played it with them before. It is not my primary source of enjoyment. They play it a lot more than I do. But I appreciate it for what it is, and with Pokemon having such a stronger connection to me than Animal Crossing does for the childhood factor, I'm willing to give it a shot. It also has that Minecraft aesthetic to it, kinda, sorta, a little bit, and I've never been a huge Minecraft person either. All things... Don't... My partner started scratching my chin, and it made me lose my train of thought. But, if I do get a Switch 2, it's a game that I definitely want, and my partner is going to be getting it. So I might watch them play it as well. And I know that there is, like, a Switch version of DS Download Play that might let me play with them as well. Perhaps, possibly. We shall see. But either way, I think it'll be fine. Either way, I see you, wizard. I appreciate you being here. Can I just call you Mus? I'm gonna call you Muse. Muse, right? Yeah? Mus, Muse, Moose, Wizard. Wizard! I'm sorry. Anyway. I'm assuming that you're confirming that that is the correct pronunciation, and you're not making fun of me for saying that. I'm assuming that's why you're repeating moose in quotation marks. Fuck. Yeah. I think it's just because wizard is fun to say. Especially when you say it like Cheesy Blue Nips and it's like, wizard! But, okay, so it is Moose. I'll just call you Moose. You know, there aren't a lot of moose furries now that I think about it. You see a lot of deer, you don't see a lot of moose. There needs to be more moose. Just like there needs to be more giraffes. Oh boy. Please, Nidoran. Please, for the love of God. Ah! Hey, also, Moose, I appreciate your support. A lot. I'm not gonna say any more than that, but I recognize you. Something just clicked in my brain, and I appreciate it a lot. Anyway, now that Tulip is level 10, I won't be using her for like a big red button, unless it's like an emergency. I think everyone can kind of hold their own here. I still need to catch a Spearow before I move on, and I still need to catch a Nidoran of some kind as well. And I also need to fight the rival after I get the rest of my team up to like level 7. Oh no! Funk. Well. Quit that. Now you stop that. Oh! Okay, good. Yay. Cool. I need to go heal. Let's see. I noticed that there are drops enabled on Twitch for people streaming Pokemon. I'm not entirely sure what those drops are. I'll be honest, but I'm kind of intrigued. Ha! Yeah, no, I had to run back. I'm trying, man. I just need these fucking, I think here. There. And then you, and then you, and then you. And we're back to good. Okay, cool. Alrighty. I fucking knew it, man. I knew it. I knew I should have just stayed in the one spot. Come on, man. Oh, no. Brother. Well, there goes Adrenaline. I wasn't going to be using her much anyway, but still, that sucks. Oh shit, this is supposed to be a Nuzlocke, isn't it? Fuck, I forgot. I will release... I'm pretty sure that I caught Radigan first. I will release Pidge. I will keep Radigan, because Pidge technically came second. Adrenaline is dead. This is not good. If I lose this battle, I'm calling a mulligan on the premise that I forgot that it was a Nuzlocke and broke rules and accidentally had a spare Pokemon. Yeah, no, I forgot completely. I had a moment earlier in stream where I had to take care of something and I left. I used the restroom. I got some food. I came back and I forgot all about what was going on. Anyway. Why am I keeping loot? I'm so stupid. I'm getting flustered. I cannot let it affect me. Get out of here. I appreciate your understanding. Hey Sabrina, guess what? Guess what, Ganeko? Ganeko, if you're there, guess what? Have you been here? Have you been here? Have you seen what just happened and the realization that I came to? Or have you just come back from something? I'll take your silence as an answer. Anyway. Alright. So I will say I am enacting Dupe's Clause, so technically Adrenaline was legitimate. And so I'm going to release her. I am also going, well, I'll put her in the dead box just so that I can have a reference, I guess. And Pidge also has to go because Ratigan was my first encounter, if I remember correctly. Just gonna make sure here. Understood, please be safe. Yes, Rat was first. Okay, I was just checking the runtime. Goodbye. Alright. Well... if that's the case, and how things are going to be, I guess I will continue on. Back to real Nuzlocke rules. Apologies for failing to stick to that and for forgetting. I am quite a scatterbrained... yeah, I figured this was still mandatory. So... oh, I might as well get that item. Patayan. Alright, new route. First encounter. Or actually, no, this is not technically a new route, is it? This is technically the second part of Route 2. Maybe not. Okay, so Route 2 is divided in half by Viridian Forest. So this is my encounter here, and then on the other side I don't get one. Got it, okay. Duplicate. Duplicate. Give me something different. A bird. Well, it's level 2. I guess this was my punishment for having a Pidgey that I shouldn't have had. I just now got it, technically. I guess that's fair. Please don't kill it in one hit. Well, there's the clip of the stream. Why'd I have to say something, man? Come on. That's pain. That's real pain right there. Ow. Fuck! Fuck! That's the game just saying, fuck you. Well, maybe I'll get something this time. I'm so glad the trees still look like buff angry men. Weedle! I'll take it. I'm honestly scared to even attack it. Stay in the ball if you know what's good for you. Maybe one Vine Whip won't kill it. Because it's quad resistant. Even though I'm 7 levels above it. Right? Maybe? I can't risk it. Not after that. At least I can rest easy knowing that I'm poison type and won't get poisoned. Oh no! Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that. Fuck. So, fun fact for people who aren't super familiar with things. The physical and special split for moves came in Gen 4. Meaning that in Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and everything before those, your stat that is used is determined on the move's type. So that means that every grass type is special, and every fighting type and normal type is physical. Hyper Beam is a physical type move. They had to add Giga Impact in to give a physical type counterpart to Hyper Beam, right? Like, so I'm gonna have to look up / remember what all the different things is between physical and special, because I know it's like normal is physical, and then after that it's an even split between physical and special. Like, I know all ground, rock, and steel types are physical. I know all psychic type moves are special. I know all grass type moves are special. So Vine Whip in future games is a physical type move, but it's special here. So I'm gonna have to remember that, right? I had to go off of that. Brother, why are there so many crits?
I'll throw another ball now. Thank you. I'm assuming you're counting Leafeon and Glaceon in that as well, despite them having been introduced in the generation where the split happened. Yeah. I see you, Ganeko. I was thinking something a bit cuter than Queen. But instead of Queen Bee, it's Queenie, you know? But with that then, I'm going to go back and get some potions, knowing now what the stakes are. And having reminded myself of what I'm doing. Suddenly, getting to Brock seems a lot harder. Either way, he himself will be a piece of cake. Oh, I'm still really upset about that Pidgeot. Or that Pidgey. What? I had to go and say something. I had to go and jinx it. I had to go and get and arm it with the crit, you know? Oh well. At least I have something that can poison now. Ah. Another one. See, now you can kill all the Weedles you want, Radigan. Don't get poisoned, though. Why do I even bother talking? Why do I even open my mouth? At this point, I might as well just muzzle myself. What are I can't script this shit. I can't write this. I can't. Is the game listening to me? Just get it out of here. I'm at a loss for words. What do I even say? I gotta heal this boy and then run back again. Unless this is an antidote. Be an antidote. Okay, wait. How much health does he have right now? 6. How much health does he have now? 5. Okay, hold on. That's a Pokeball. Fuck. Okay. I can't heal him too early. Hi, Caterpie. I cannot stay. Fuck. Stressful. At least I remembered that I took poison damage while walking. Because that hasn't been a thing since Generation 5, maybe? Maybe 4? I don't remember if it was 4 or 5 when they got... Because I remember that it had it in 4 for sure, but I don't remember if it had it in 5. Oh well. Poison you. But no, when I want to do it and when I say it, it doesn't happen, does it? Ugh. Kill. Three. Two. I'm not even gonna risk it. I'm just gonna do it now. Potion. This is worst case scenario. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 'Ratigan's not gonna make it. This is going swimmingly. The run is not looking good, guys. I'll be real. We got a bee and a bulb. Oh no. No. Please tell me this isn't the antidote. Please tell me this isn't the antidote. Okay, well, that could have helped. Still. Okay, well. The game is punishing me for forgetting the Nuzlocke rules. And also, I just double-clicked Leaf Seed again. I'm not paying enough attention. Ah. Nice. I'm glad you made it home safe. One of my friends recently played through Explorers of Sky for the first time and had exactly the reaction that you think they'd have. In a good way. I think that they're going to take a break. I hope they do the post-game, because the post-game is one of the best in any Pokemon game, period, not just Mystery Dungeon. But they understandably need a break from it. And after that ending and how hard it hits, I don't blame them. I played Explorers of Darkness as my first Mystery Dungeon game when it first came out, and I initially got Turtwig when I played. And then fast forward, like, and that is my opinion too, Moose. That is absolutely my opinion as well. And I'm not going to say it out loud for spoilers, but yes, until you beat, because here's the thing. Explorers of Sky's post-game is an entire second arc. It is an entire second season, basically, of a game. Which is crazy, right? Like, you experience the calamity and prevent it, and then the entire second part of the game is you discovering who was behind the calamity to begin with and stopping them from doing something like that again. And it's so cool! And you see both Dialga and Palkia. And And beating that final boss in Dark Crater is something else. It's so good. Anyway. There's the antidote. I'm gonna battle this kid. I'm gonna take his lunch money. I'm gonna go back to Viridian City and get some more potions. That is literally what I'm saying, Moose. It is like an anime season 2. It is awesome. And also the fact that you can evolve after a certain point, too. And also, the way they kick this season 2 of the game off, the way they open it up is by having you fight the guild. And that is so cool as like a graduation test. First off, no. Don't even get me started on Zexal. It is not a remake of Yu-Gi-Oh! It is not like a season 2 of this, because it's like the 4th series in, and every Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist, with the exception of Yusei, has some sort of like ghost protagonist alongside them, that whether they start the series with it or not is irrelevant. But Zexal's my least favorite series. It is the least coherent in its narrative, and it is the hardest to follow, in my opinion. The Baryons are the best part about it, and Yuma is the least likable main character out of any of them, in my opinion. And that's saying something because Yuya is a literal clown. But yeah. Zexal is cool for its aesthetics, its music, and the Baryons, and in the lore with Astral World. It's cool for its numbers and for the use of like the numbers as a story element. I like it. I like them. But Yuma being a complete moron. Yuma has lost the most battles out of any protagonist, and most of them are just because he's being stupid. Not even out of like, oh, the enemy is stronger than him. Oh, it's like, bro. And also the voice. I like them silly, but they have to like also be bearable. There is a degree to which the silliness can carry them to the point where it becomes their only quality, right? And I feel like Yuma crosses that line to where it goes from silly to annoying. Well, no, because here's the thing. His arc is that he gets too serious and he loses his spirit of fun along the way. And that's the whole thing, right? The door to destiny is like, you'll gain great power, but you'll lose what you cherish most. And what it was that he lost was his ability to have fun playing his favorite game. And he gets it back at the very end of the series by dueling the ghost partners that was with him there the entire time. That doesn't feel like a growth arc to me. That feels like him rediscovering himself after he actually starts maturing. Which, to be fair, is not a bad thing, but at the same time, it just feels like it negates all of the growth that he had throughout the entire series. It feels like he just becomes... And that, and the fact that everyone that died gets revived with virtually no consequence. That really fucking annoys me. Like, I cannot stand the fact that Vector is in the final screenshot of the series. He does not deserve to be there. He should not be there. There's so many things about that series that get my blood boiling, and I don't, Regardless, Arc 5 I like. I like Arc 5 a lot. I think it's underrated, and I think pendulums get too much hate. I will make a hot take right now, okay? I will straight up make a hot take. Kite should have been the main protagonist of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal with Astral as his partner, and Shark should have still maintained his role as the Barian leader. Yuma should just not have existed. Anyway. It's because it's the same reason they hate any card that was made after 2007. Too much text on cards, so small, haha, can't read. They're also the first. They're not even the first instances of monsters being in the spell and trap zones. They're just the first instance of two card types being combined visually, and that throws people off. That and the fact that pendulum scales are another thing that had to be considered. I can kind of see how complexity will drive new folks away from them. Yeah, and I think that's just because it's popular to hate on them. I like them a lot. I play DDD. I play Supreme King Dragons. I play fucking Cleeforts. God. So you played the Performa Pals, you probably play Sulfa Chords or Melodious, maybe, now that they have pendulums. Perhaps Performages. Or... what's another... I like Sulfa Chord from a design standpoint. I play them in Duel Links occasionally. Oh right, I was gonna go back and heal and also get potions. My partner does not play Yu-Gi-Oh! Very often, and very much of the time, they suffer from what I like to call Yu-Gi-Oh! Depression, which is the state of the game is so oppressive that it just makes them feel like they can't do anything. And so they don't play it very often, but when I can coax them into playing it, they play Melfi's and Naturia. I also don't play them very often, but I kind of like Metal Foes a little bit. And those new what are they called? There's a new archetype of machine pendulum flip monsters that's coming out. I cannot think of the name of them for the life of me. Craft. That's what they're called. I'm very excited for Craft. A game in which the main objective is to prevent your opponent from making any moves is an unhealthy game and flawed at its core. I appreciate Yu-Gi-Oh! For what it was, but what it has become due to power creep and due to a lack of a resource and the monsters and cards themselves having to be used as a resource has made it become possible for you to kill your opponent on their first turn before you have even taken yours. And they're calling it a turn 0 kill. And I don't think the game is going to survive much longer. At least not the original game. I know that they made Rush Duels to kind of like pander to a younger audience and to try to reboot the game as a whole, and I think that they're probably going to put all of their eggs into that basket moving forward, especially with how just yeah, it's not great. I didn't even buy the fucking things, did I? I didn't. I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And getting scatterbrained and distracted. Jeez Louise. Correct. And I would completely agree. It is a game that is it is a card game that you can play in different formats, however you wish, in whatever kind of a context that you play it in, and that context highly determines how much fun you have with it. Because if you are playing to win and you are playing, yeah, no, and I think that it's done that to a lot of people, and I know it's done that to me. I will say this though. I run a lot of stupid gimmick decks alongside the anime focused and theme focused decks. I have a deck that's literally just called Cook for 20 turns, and I think that's self-explanatory. I play Time Lords occasionally. I play Monarchs. Especially after that new support the Monarchs got for having Eidos get his full-on Monarch form and not just be a Squire. That was awesome. Which one? The Cook or the 20 turns? Yeah, buddy. That's the GOAT. That's my Ratatouille chef. That's my linguine. Cook for 20 turns until thoroughly cooked. Until thoroughly Ah, jeez. Alright, kid. Fuck it. Fight me. I got potions now. Oh, I play Volcanics. I love playing Volcanics as well. Especially after getting Emperor. Moose, are you familiar with a Pokemon player by the name Wolfglick? Big chicken. Spicy chicken. Ha! Okay. So you're aware of his Perish Song strategy and his love for Perish Song and trying to use it in tournaments. I like how he likes using Perish Trap and stuff like that, right? Not for me particularly, but I watch them enough to know, like, his strategy. I love that Pokemon has an alternate win condition similar to Final Countdown in Perish Song. I love how in a game like this, you can have an alternate win condition type beat. It's so cool. Because think about it, right? Toxic Stalling is kind of like the deck out version of Pokemon in the game. And Perish Song is kind of like the alternate win condition that's easily stoppable, but if you pull it off, is kind of unbeatable. I like thinking about it like that, and I like alternate win conditions as a thing. Because I'm different. I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I'm a freak. Anyway. Bug month! It's bug on bug violence in bug month! Only one more day left in bug month! Can I get a bug month? I guess I can't. Oh well. Ah. The only reason I say, no, you're fine, I get it. The main reason I say that it's the way that I say it, Moose, is because Toxic, until very recently, had a much wider distribution, and it was a lot more common to deck folks out than it was to win by alternate win condition, and so few Pokemon have Perish Song that even being able to pull it off and win by it is even rarer in that kind of thing. Eh. But it is also still kind of preventable. No, so here's the other thing, right? I actually split PP stall and toxic stall. Because toxic stall is PP stalling is like an alternate win condition for me in my mind. I know that it's not like an actual win condition, but like PP stalling is like going for such a long game that it is the final countdown kind of thing. I can count on one hand the number of times that PP stalling has come into play in a battle with another person, with another real live person. Can I get poison, please? No, fuck me. Okay, please don't get a crit. Thank you. I was playing with fire there. Damn, what are you playing in, PU? ZU, maybe? Haha, yeah. You right. Suicune, Zapdos, Moltres, Raikou, I think, still, probably. Lugia. Oh. Technically, well, Lugia and Ho are Ubers. But you know what I mean. Didn't Dusclops also have pressure too? I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah. Do you remember? Okay, I know that this fucking Pokemon move has been ruined for reasons out of its control, but I do remember a Pokemon move called Trump Card that gets stronger the less PP it has left, and I loved that move. I wish it would come back. I know it can't, not in the way that it had been named before, but yeah, I like that, and I wish that that type of effect where it gets stronger the less PP it has was a thing. At least, but look on the bright side. At least Spite and Grudge are not played regularly. God, can you imagine? Yeah, and Eevee is one of them, if I'm not mistaken. Or it was, no, it was one of them. Hang on. I'm gonna look this up. Bulbapedia to the rescue. Yeah, Eevee does learn it. Wait, what? Okay, so here's the thing, Moose. You are half correct. There are only 4 Pokemon that learn Trump Card by level up. But in total, there are actually 10, it looks like. So, there is Eevee and Minun. Slowking is one of them that gets it by level up. And I don't understand this. Apparently, only in Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, in only those games, Magearna learns Trump Card at level 97. Go fucking figure. And then the ones that can learn it as an egg move from breeding are Farfetch'd, Kangaskhan, Dunsparce, Corphish, Shellos, and Oshawott. Which, that's a lot of water-type moves. I mean, water-type Pokemon. Hell, there's as many water types that can learn this move as there are normal types, which is kind of crazy to think about. But, yeah. So, technically, you could also have Gastrodon, Samurott, and Crawdon with Trump Card. Also, Kangaskhan with Trump Card sounds scary. Like, can you imagine Mega Kangaskhan with Trump Card? Or Dunsparce with it? Goodness gracious. Or Surfetched with it? God! Oh, lordy Lou. Anyway. Fascinating. I love obscure Pokemon moves that have no relevance or practical use. I love Magnet Rise. I love Conversion 2. Yeah. Absolutely. I don't count them as Z moves. Because you're not using them for their intended effect, you're using them for their bonus effect that they get from being Z moves. Which I know is an Omni Boost. And now I am become Cocoon. Now I am become Cock. Now I. Oh, yeah, no, I shouldn't have said that. Ah, fuck. I was trying to be funny with like a YouTube poop edit of my own voice and it came out completely bad. Anyway. Kakuna. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again despite it being probable blasphemy at this point. I think Mega Evolutions are a bad gimmick and should never have been made. I know what you're talking about with Kakuna's little scythe hands. I miss those. I know what you're talking about with like the Gen 1 sprite. Last guy. You know what else they should bring back, Moose? For a one-time thing and never address it? Ivysaur standing on 2 legs. Because I'm pretty sure Ivysaur's Gen 1 sprite was it standing on 2 legs. Oh no! Where are you? What dungeon are you in? And what floor are you on? Rip. We made it to Pewter City. Now I should be able to at least kinda... Hehehe. Leave me the fuck alone. Get the fuck away from me. I'll call the cops if you don't let me go right now. Let me out. Let me go. Let me go. Purloin is funny. I like that she triggers people when she stands up. Especially that it is canon that she does that because, you know, the fact that that's her intended reaction. So you're playing right into it by feeling that way. Ha 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 ha. Anyway. I guess I can do this. I should be able to just clear out Brock here. If I do end up playing Fallout afterwards, it probably will not be for too long. What time even is it where oh no. Yeah, definitely probably maybe will have to be next time. We'll see. Rock! Rocks! Whip its ass! There's not enough Pokemon starting on 2 legs and going feral. I'll say it. We need more Pokemon that are like fucking Oshawott. That's what I was trying to think. Give me some Pokemon that just straight up go feral. Nope. It still stands on 2 feet when it's not spinning. I'm only thinking of starters, by the way. I'm not talking about all of the Pokemon. Oh! Fuecoco! Fuecoco evolving into Skeledirge. He goes from 2 legs to 4. I forgot. Yeah, we need more Pokemon that evolve like Fuecoco. Again, I would say no, mainly because, like, they have the same amount of legs. I think they're always 4-legged and they have the 2 claws. Yeah, he do. He's a babby. He's just a babby. You know, technically Meowth is like that. Meowth and Purloin both stand on 2 legs and evolve into quadrupeds. And no, he is not a stump. He do have widow arms. He is just a babby. He is just a little babby who's shaped and loves to eat apple. Oh, they're all rock hard, all right. Ba ba ra ba ba ra ba 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 ra ba ra ba 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 ra da ba ra da ba ba ra. Where are you going, Ganeko? If you don't mind me asking. Ra 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 ba ra ra. Ba 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 da ba da da. Da ba da ba da ba da da. Da 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 ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. I love those bell chimes in the theme. They hit so hard. Anyway, time to whittle this thing down piece by piece. Hooray! First poison of the game, and it's on Brock's Onyx. I did it. Board by board. He stands at the concession, plotting his oppression. Anyway, now that that's been taken care of, and went off with almost no hitches, I think I'm going to switch. Now the question is, how long am I going to switch for? How long will I be on Fallout 4? Fallout 3, 4, ha ha ha. 3, 4. No. God. Honestly, I'm debating whether or not I should at all. I wonder. I have saved this now. So you should show up here, right? Or do we have to wait for like a compatibility update? Uh-huh, that's what I thought. So we don't have any compatibility yet for Legend ZA or for Leafgreen. That sucks. Oh well. Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh well. No. So. Let me see here. There. Okay. Kill me. I have been talking this entire time. So, I will say this again. First off, thanks, Ganeko. The background is from a game called Potion Craft, which is this is like what I have done with my potion shop in said game, and I like using it as my background because it's classy and it shows my achievements in the game and all the potions that I've made, and it's unique to me. But here is the situation. It is. It's what it is. Here's the situation. It is almost a quarter after 1 in the morning where I'm at. And I was planning to probably go to a local convention around my area that a college is hosting sometime around 9 in the morning. So I need to be ready by 9 to go with some friends. It's about an hour drive from where I'm at to go and participate at this con and maybe have a bit of fun there. Now, I want to keep streaming. I did say I was going to do Fallout, and I want to follow through on that, at least for a little bit. I don't know if it would be for more than an hour, I'll be honest. Or even if I should bother going through setting it up to begin with, if I'm only going to play with it for that long or less, So, I will. Yeah. I probably should just end it here, but I will stream more Pokemon on Monday. I think Poke Mondays is a good thing. So I'll start with that. And then Friday will still be Fallout Friday, and I will continue with Fallout 3 next week at that point. So I can start kind of getting into a thing. Now I just gotta find one more game to play on Wednesdays or some other day during the week, and I can have the trifecta. But or maybe I don't even stream and I just have a video that comes out on Wednesdays instead. Either way, we'll figure things out. But I appreciate the understanding. It's not like I have many viewers currently, anyways. So I think this will be a good place to call it. At least I got to Brock. I beat Brock. I'm happy with that. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea. But I appreciate y'all popping in, and again, for both of your support. It means a lot, and for anyone else who is watching this VOD after the fact. I hope y'all have a good night too, and we'll see you Monday, hopefully. Cheers. Woof.